Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
TFG Football is an IVM production, and you can also check out their other awesome shows like the On Course Podcast, a show where they help you to tackle various questions related to abroad studies, like which university to choose or how to navigate the application process.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Hello and welcome everyone. It's a new episode of the TFG Indian Football Podcast. And well, it's Indian football and we have a lot of things to talk about today. First of all, the Tri-Nation Champions is going to happen. It's between... Okay, Kevin, you tell me, what's the other team name? I still not got it. Saint
Kitts and Nevis.
Okay, Saint Kitts and
Nevis. Not Nevis, it's Nevis.
Nevis.
It's
Okay.
Nevis, dude.
Okay,
I've been making like so many bad jokes about Saint Kitts and Nevis. It's like it's some football jersey manufacturer. Okay, you ask like you put a order for navy blue jerseys, and that's what they wrote in a telegram: Saint Kitts and Nevis, and that's how the country got its name, Saint Kitts and Nevis. So.
Okay.
Very bad joke. Yeah.
Yes.
Move on.
Let's move on to that. And it's Mauritius, the third team, and India plays Mauritius on the first day. That's on Saturday. Now, the reason I know we have a full show tomorrow to talk about it, but the reason why we're starting with this is that all the confusion has been laid to rest about talking about whether it's any of relevance this match, these games, and does it hold any importance apart from just having some game time. But well, yes, it does, and FIFA has mentioned that it's an international friendly, so there will be points given to it. So I think now there's more. Anyway, there was excitement because you were always happy to see the national team in action, and now since we know that there will be points on to lose or to gain, so it'll be more excited to watch about and to look forward to. Kevin, are you looking forward to this one?
Oh yes. So since it is an official FIFA friendly, this also puts us in a bit of a fix because these two nations are ranked much lower than us, and losing out to them or not getting all 3 points, there is a danger of slipping down the 97 rank that we are on. So a bit of gamble, but. Again, if you look at the standings, the rankings and the preparations, the weightage of the preparation comes in more handy because that's what we need. We're not looking for rankings, going into the AFC qualifiers that we are heading on to.
Yeah, Ranjit, your quick thoughts on this?
Well, I'm actually divided on this in my head. At one point, I know that this makes the matches more interesting because, there's something real to gain or lose. And these countries, they're not stupid. They're also making those calculations. They probably wouldn't have come if these were not FIFA official matches. So they're coming in thinking that, okay, India has gotten some good matchups and they have climbed this rank. So now we can use this to just, if we can get a draw against them or a win against them, suddenly we will get a boost in our own rankings. The same kind of stuff that we did to Puerto Rico. Okay, so it's, they also, want to do this. They will come all out. And at the same time, India will not have the Bengaluru FC players who are away playing AFC Cup. Yeah. India will have a lot of young new players. And see, that's also another big part of this tri-series, that you want to check out the new players. You want to give a few debuts to new, youngsters. And I don't know, being a FIFA international friendly, and both the games that India is going to play, and the potential slide in rankings that might happen if something goes wrong. I don't know. Will that sort of play in Constantine's mind when he decides to make the 11 on match day, or will he just go ahead and not care about ranking at all at this point? Which, in the long run, may be the right move, because in the end, it doesn't really matter where your ranking is in the long run, because the objective is to get to the Asian Cup. And to get to Asian Cup, we need to see more players in action. We need to get a bigger squad depth. We need some of the under-23 internationals to come into the senior side and claim their in a space and create more competition. So all of that requires Constantine to take those gambles and use new players at the highest level. And this is where you get to do it. Because when you go to play Macau, it doesn't really matter. You have to get 3 points no matter what. You have to get those wins. And if you win qualifiers, even if you lose a game here, it gets made up because the qualifiers have way more ranking points than an international friendly. And if you make it to the Asian Cup, no matter what your ranking is, like the last qualifier happens in March 2018, and the Asian Cup finals are in summer 2019. So between next March and summer 2019, we will get good teams to play international friendlies against and prepare purely on the basis that we're in the Asian Cup. Okay, and nobody's going to think about, okay, if they lost to Saint Kitts and Nevis and their ranking took a slide. It will become immaterial. So I think that's what is happening. We are going beyond the ranking territory now. That was some makeup that we had to do. Now it's about improving the squad and becoming more competitive at the international arena, and that's what's happening here.
Right. Well, just like we said, we will definitely talk about this in detail tomorrow, and we'll be previewing India versus Mauritius. Also, watch out for our website, thefangraphs.com, for many much such stories related to this series. Now, moving on, some speculation news, but probably, I don't know, maybe by the time the show comes out and listening to us, it might be laid to rest, but it's an interesting speculation, rather. So, we heard that a big announcement is coming on the way for Bengaluru FC, and it's by a player. And on the other side was the speculation that Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, the goalkeeper of the national team, and also he had his services with the Norwegian club Stabæk, will be the guy. But so that's the speculation, that's the rumours doing the rounds. Now, Chiranjit, a question to you, or a thought to you rather. Looking at a good move, or do you think that he should have probably, still found out some way to be in the European clubs, have some more exposure?
Yeah, well, I don't know. He's 23, 24 now, so he could have actually stuck out in Europe for another couple of years. I don't know what the rationale behind this is, if this is happening actually. It's not confirmed, obviously. I tried to text a couple of BFC people. I didn't get any sort of like green signal response from them. So yeah, they're playing it tight. They're not denying it also, which is significant. So let's see what happens. But he was fighting out in Stabæk. He was just slowly making his place in the first team. Maybe he realized that was not going to happen. Maybe he heard that they're going to go for some other goalkeeper to replace the Ivory Coast national who was the first choice keeper at Stabæk. But I was hearing that he was going to get offers from championship clubs or second tier German clubs or whatever it is. Those would have been much better career choice for him. Maybe he's coming back for the applause, maybe because he knows he's a fan favorite at West Block. They have chance for him when he plays for the national team. And there he goes and fights it out in Stabæk, where hardly 3,000, 4,000 people turn up for a game. So obviously he's away from the limelight there. Maybe he's coming back for that. Maybe he's coming back for money. Maybe he's coming back for the experience, because he comes to Bengaluru FC. He gets to play 2 seasons in Asia, like AFC Cup 2017, AFC Cup 2018, and look at the goalkeepers that Bengaluru FC have signed so far. It's entirely possible that Calvin Abhishek gets pushed to the reserve squad and does not get used at all. So we'll see, man. You can tell that Gurpreet Singh will literally just walk into Bengaluru FC's squad and take the first choice place, and he will get regular game time. He will play in Asia. He will play in ISL. And he will get all the applause, and he will make a lot more money than he was making at Stabæk. But it won't really mean an upward swing in his career. That's just my opinion. So
yeah, Kevin. Now leaving Europe for Asian glory, for some more fan following and to get the limelight and some more money is all part of it. So let's not talk about that. It's all the players' thing. I mean, that's the end of the day feeding them. So an ISL's place, how would you?
If you just focus your attention, if you take it away from the players' perspective and put it from the club's perspective, it makes sense. What they have right now is Abraham Mondal. There's Calvin Abhishek and there is Ralte. Now Ralte has the experience of coming into the AFC campaign, but at that time he wasn't the first choice again. He was never the first choice.
But looking at those three, we still see that it's not a Bengaluru FC material keeper.
Again, we still see that there is a chance that a star name comes in and takes his place right in the first 11. So considering from the club's perspective, this is very much likely, but it's an open market. It can be anybody. But now, if you just look at it from Gurpreet Singh Sandhu's point of view, he's the first player to play in the first Indian to play in the Europa League. That's a big achievement, and he's been getting better and better in his time at the Norwegian club there. So, putting it all aside and coming back to Bengaluru FC, yes, the stardom will be there, but he will lose out on the experience that he's made himself stronger, fitter, more agile in his time at the European League. So for me, it might not be the best choice as a player, but again, considering Bengaluru FC have a shot at the AFC Cup, could be, but for me, not the best choice for Gurpreet Singh.
On the one hand, it's a jackpot for Bengaluru FC, and we have to see how things go about. But let's see how everything goes about. And as we said, it's not yet confirmed at the moment that we're speaking.
Just to add on, the North Korean game, April 25th, that's on 23rd.
Yeah.
Today is the 17th.
Right.
You're gonna announce a signing 6 days ago, and he's gonna come and practice for 5 days, and he's gonna immediately play.
That's
I don't know if they wanted to, because see, it makes a lot of sense what Kevin said. For Bengaluru FC, getting Gurpreet in at this point is a jackpot, because they're playing such a massively competent attacking side in April 25th. The North Korean team is going to be better than Bengaluru FC on paper any day.
Yeah,
and it's the toughest game in the club's history. So you want to have somebody like him with international experience, with European experience at the goal to give you that extra sort of cushion of security at the back. But, he didn't do it 3 weeks ago, no?
Yeah.
Take him to Spain, let him do the play a couple
probably
of,
before the pre-season you also have,
So,
I mean, I also heard some news saying that his probably contract ended in December, so I don't know. I don't know how things work, how these behind the scenes work. So hopefully they get enough game time and both are productive for each other. Moving on now, we have some I-League news, and that is that I-League had put out open bids, right, for new teams to come out and put their bids. So tomorrow it will be closed, and I think the I-League officials are going to contemplate and have meetings over that, and in a few days, probably from tomorrow we will know that who are the new teams. Chiranjit, more updates on this?
Yeah, well, they're going to open the bids, and I don't know if they will announce the teams tomorrow or later on, but we'll know who has made those bids. The big news in this front is that, we had that episode where I talked to FNI and we discussed the problem Gokulam FC was having with Malappuram District Council, Sports Council. It seems like they have called it truce for now. There's no problem showing the stadium in Malappuram as their home ground in the bids as a result of that. And once that happens, if the club gets the team approved, then they will begin the next phase of negotiations over how much fees are going to go to the district council and whatever else. But yeah, this is a good sign. At least they are taking the first step. Shuru mein yaar kachra mat karo. That's what they're doing. So we'll see. Gokulam FC obviously a hot favorite because you just know they will be a success if it's based out of Malappuram.
Yeah.
I don't know who else. Maybe Ozone comes in from Bengaluru. Simply because they still can have a little bit of a fan base of their own. I am completely unsure about Ahmedabad or Jodhpur or whatever else that we've been hearing.
What about the Evergreen?
Let's Kerala
Yes.
Evergreen. What are from the
They've been
Trivandrum?
making some noise, having some foreign funding base, and they've been, I think, in the news
For the wrong reasons also, regarding their logo. But yeah, any news from there, from that club, from that part?
I don't think the Greenfield or whatever they're going to... Greenfield Stadium, and I completely forget the name of the team that was, but I don't think that's happening. They came in, they had a look around. The stadium is way too expensive, and I think BCCI is taking that stadium for 2 years.
Okay.
Right, so they're going to have a T20 match over there, India versus New Zealand, or something like that, and then they'll get a few international cricket games in the upcoming couple of years. I just don't. And anyway, look, SAF Championship happened in that stadium. I saw the stadium up close, but it's not ideal to hold a football tournament or a football league, base a football league club out of a cricket ground. Okay, it never looks good.
Yeah.
It looks shitty in Goa. It looks shitty in Kerala. It looks shitty in
Even in
Mumbai.
Mumbai, the DY
Mumbai
Patil,
was happening. Yeah, it never looks good. And obviously, if you have BCCI interested in that stadium, football is never going to come close to it. You know, the kind
Probably
of
the
money
SAF
they can offer.
Champions was the last thing that we ever saw.
Yeah, and look, there is not the final saw turnout, okay, because it saw like a pan-India interest. India was playing Afghanistan in sub-championship final. If that's what it takes to fill that stadium, it's not worth it to just base a club out of that. Okay, maybe Kerala Blasters, if they come and play a couple of games because they have already such a great word of mouth, maybe they will be successful. A new club just coming out of there, playing in I-League, a league that is not marketed well at all, like ISL, it's just not going to work, man. It was going to be a total waste.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and watch to see that part of the team or that part of the crowd getting action. But now we shall see what's happening tomorrow, and we shall keep an eye on it, and you all should follow TFG Football for more updates. But we're not ending here. We have some updates from CFL. Chiranjit, East Bengal had a good win.
Yeah, something, before we talk about that, let's just update you on something that happened. East Bengal were playing Customs, right? And it was a hard-fought game. The first goal came like 75 minutes in, and during those 75 minutes, it was happening in East Bengal grounds with home crowd, filled crowd. They were getting aggravated and angry at the players for not being able to deliver. And one official from the Customs team had to bear the brunt of that. He was abused at first because he was sitting in the East Bengal member gallery as a guest. So he went and sat in an empty away section, which was at one corner of the end of the pitch. And when in the 75th minute, finally the goal came, Carlisle Mitchell scored the goal. Somebody threw a brick at him and it hit him right under the eye. And he had to be treated. I think there were some stitches involved afterwards. It could have killed him if it had hit him at a worse spot. So, yeah, it something almost turned tragic. And imagine 16th August is the day in 1980 when 16 football fans lost their lives because of similar violence between East Bengal and Mohun Bagan fans. And it's just so sad to see that happen again, and it's right in that area as well. So I think it should be a wake up call for the security policemen and whoever else is in charge of that to take more care of the opponent fans and officials and whatever it is. You can't just let them be exposed like that. Violence happens. And if you just leave them like that, another tragedy will happen, and then all of the dark lessons from 1980 will be for a waste. It will be just extra shame on Indian football if that happens again. The match itself, the Customs played surprisingly well. They held them off for the longest amount of time. 75th minute was when East Bengal scored through a set piece. It was the Trinidad and Tobago international defender, Carlisle Mitchell, playing one of his first games for the club. He's a tall defender who is used to just running up and getting in the box during an attack or a set piece. So a cross came in, he scored with his head using his height. That was the first goal, and finally, like Khalid Jamil and everybody breathed the sigh of relief, because if you drop points against Customs, you really get behind in the title race. And in the added time, I think 90 plus 3 minutes or something like that, Carlisle Mitchell scored again. This time again, it was from a cross that Samaz Ali sent, and he scored again with his head. So it was a 2-0 victory. Both goals came from a stopper. Khalid Jamil was full of praise for Carlisle. He said, look, he just came to the club a few days ago. We didn't get to work with him at all, on practicing set pieces or setting the whole thing up. He just went ahead and did it on his own talent. So that is something good for East Bengal to take away. You got a defender in the team who's great at physically just blocking everybody out and being an intimidation towards the opponent strikers, and he can go out and by his own volition score goals from set pieces. So this is interesting how it's turning out for East Bengal.
Yeah. Kevin, happy for East Bengal and happy for Khalid Jamil?
Khalid Jamil. Now, it's still very early in the tournament that we can assess his, we talked about how difficult it can be, when you don't get the results in your favor. Right now, everything is going smooth. A draw can, change things. Had it been a 0-0 to end the game, it would have been a different scenario. You have such violence. I can just imagine what pressure the players must be going through. Even if you score, you are a villain for the other team.
It's like Gladiator. Like they are the gladiators on the pitch and we are the people. If you don't please us, we are going to go for the kill. That's how it is in playing in Kolkata.
You're playing against so many judges.
Yeah.
It's not for the club. You're not playing against the club. You're playing against so many villains just waiting to attack you. It's dangerous in Kolkata.
Yeah, but then at the end of the day, it's football and everything goes by with it. And I hope no more people are injured, but only come to watch the beautiful game and just like it is. And with that, folks, we end the show here. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to talk to us directly, you can do that on Twitter. Chiranjit Oja, Boza_Kevin, Suju Matthew 94. You can also leave your comments below on our YouTube section. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get updates of our new episode. You can also follow the TFG Football Twitter handle to get all the updates about Indian football. And just like we said, tomorrow we'll be extensively previewing India versus Mauritius, the match on Saturday, and some more clips because Kevin is going to be at a press conference later today, and so we'll be getting you clips from that as well. Have a great day, folks. Do watch out for the fangarage.com website as well. More stories related to the Tri-Series League that's going to happen, the tournament that's going to happen. And that's all. Have a good day. Come back to us tomorrow because we're a daily show. Cheers. Goodbye.
That was Tantrik Steve from Hansraj College, Delhi, performing at IIT Bombay's Mood Indigo. Just like them, there's a lot of new talent and art coming out of colleges all across India, but unfortunately most of this goes completely unnoticed or ignored. To fix this, we started atkt.in. Hi, I'm Ankur, I'm a musician and a rapper, and I found that one of the best things about being an artist myself is finding new talent. Through atkt.in, Tanya, my colleague who's a dancer, and our whole team really is putting all of our efforts into discovering and promoting all the coolest talent that's coming out of colleges all across India. And this goes up on our website, our social media, TV, radio, and now, of course, this podcast with IVM. Make sure you go to our website, support the talent with your likes, your shares, your comments. All of that really matters. Go ahead, check it out. atkt.in.
एक्सक्यूज मी भैया, एक्सक्यूज मी।
बोलिए मैडम।
मेन्यू में क्या है?
मेन्यू में सीन अनसीन है, पॉडकास्ट है, ऑन कोर्स है, साइरस है, मेड इन इंडिया, रीडिस्कवरी प्रोजेक्ट, एम्पावरिंग सीरीज, सेक्स वैक्स है, IVM लाइक्स है, सिंप्लीफाइड है, कीपिंग इट क्वियर है, ड्रिंक्स एंड डेस्टिनेशंस है, माय नेबर सकरबर्ग है और द फैन गराज है। आपको क्या चाहिए?
एक बार रिपीट कर देंगे क्या?
रिपीट नहीं करता हम, आप जाओ IVMpodcast.com पे और सुनो ये सब, या फिर डाउनलोड करो उनका ऐप, सब आपकी उंगलियों पे।